What's up, guys? It's Chris.
I'm Octavio. Today we're here with
MC Bands.
What's up, boys? I'm Mr. Cox.
Mr. Cox.
This is I Believe in That, episode 4. Is weed too normalized?
So first off, we get a little introduction from you guys. I'll go with Mr. Vance first.
All right, so I'm born and raised from Brooklyn, to be exact. I'm Colombian and Italian. You know, I moved to Scarsdale, I want to say 5 years ago now. Growing up, I was always around that background where it's like a lot of gang violence and a lot of people smoking weed around me, you know? When I moved to Scarsdale, I was surprised seeing people, smoke weed and stuff like that around here. So, I thought I was only one. But over the years, during middle school, I'd always, go in the bathroom, see people smoking weed, and I was like always joining them. And, since then, I've just been like, not an addict, but like a lover for it, So
It's part of you.
it is.
Part of the heritage.
So like, me personally, I don't abuse it, obviously, but like it's a nice relaxation tool. With your friends, whatever. I think it's appropriate to do no matter where you are. I don't have a problem with it. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah. What's up? I'm Mr. Cox. I'm from Westchester too. But like I grew up in a place that it's a really nice town, but it's like they call it like the hood of a really nice town. You know what I'm saying? So like it's pretty like some pretty bad kids come out of that area, and I fell into weed like pretty early and shit. Um, so yeah, and it's low key taking over my life. I ain't even gonna lie, but like in like a bunch of different ways. But yeah, I think it is becoming a little bit too normalized. You know what I'm saying? Like it's low key just kind of crazy how like marketed it is towards kids. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact of the matter is like adults aren't gonna be buying like shit like this. That's gonna be like green apple elixir, bro. Like this shit is not marketed towards an adult. So I feel like
It's part
it's
of the
becoming
industry.
yes, the industry is low key normalizing it, and it's also like I feel like it's becoming more and more accessible, and because it's more and more accessible, it's becoming more and more normalized. So yeah, that's about it. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to talk about this.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So, would you guys consider yourself addicts? I know you said before that you don't consider yourself an addict, but do you consider yourself an addict? About how many times do you guys smoke weed every day? Or not every day, but like every week?
How often?
Like how often? Give me a number. Like give me yeah.
You can go for 5 times a week.
5 times a week.
Yeah, I'm probably like once, probably twice, 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
Yeah,
Wow.
at times.
So 1 to 3
During my
times a day.
during my worst, I'm taking 3 bops a day.
Worst or
Yeah,
best?
at my worst, I'm taking 3 bops a day. That's like low key crazy. Like that's low key close to an eighth a day, an eighth of za a day. So
What's your favorite form of weed? Like bops, J's, what they got?
I like
edibles, pops.
he likes smoking blunts. I mean,
Ones.
honestly, like for me, I feel like it really is very hit or miss. Like I low key love taking bops. But
What's up? Explain what that is.
Yeah.
so taking a bop is like it's just like a different name for like taking a hit from a bomb. And like low key, it's just like you pack a bunch of weed into like this bowl, and it's got a down stem that goes into like basically what looks like a beaker. You know what I'm saying? And then in the beaker there's water, and then the pressure you like go up at the top of the beaker, you like pull, and the pressure from like all that shit like makes the za like stay and bubble on top of the water. It's pretty cool, honestly. Like it looks sick as fuck.
That
So
sounds like some
yeah,
science.
it's pretty tech. It's pretty tech. Um, so yeah, like low key is pretty tough, but honestly, a good cart like that gets you hella faded. Like this shit, low key gets you hella faded. So if it's a good cart, like I love ripping cart, but like low key, I like to stay away from edibles. Like that's low key, I try to avoid that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's low key very hit or
You
miss
ever
with
had
edibles.
any like bad experiences with edibles? Is that
Yeah, so like low key one time like I bought these crazy edibles. They were like 50 milligrams a piece, and I gave them to like a bunch of my boys in like my boy's basement. And basically it was crazy. Like almost every single kid that like took these edibles like was actually like greening out. Like it was a bad experience.
What's greening out?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like basically greening out is like it's not like blacking out to where like you don't remember shit, but like greening out is like oh like you yak like from having too much out. Like it's low key like you can recover from it easier than like blacking out. So like it's low key better, but honestly it's a bad experience. Like me personally, I've never smoked enough. Like I know my limits, and I've never smoked enough to like black out or like green out. But like honestly, for me, greening out is mental. So
Mental game.
like it's a mental game. If you don't let yourself green out, you never gonna green out. You know what I'm saying?
Like what happens if someone greens out?
Like low key, like it's kind of like a really bad like I've done like mushrooms before, and like in mushrooms like you start getting like really trippy shit and sort of like seeing shit. It's low key like that. Like sometimes people start like hallucinating and shit, but mostly it's just like people are like throwing up and like they don't really know what's going on. So
Stuff. That's nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a
it's
bad
nice.
experience like that? A green out?
Honestly, bro, like I had a lot.
Green out a lot.
Shit.
Yo, I need chargers for this. You have a USB-C charger?
Yeah, I got you.
You know, I have a story. So I was with my friend. You know, we were playing basketball, and we were like, you know, why not? Let's fucking smoke. You know, we'll roll up. So me personally, I love rolling up. You know, I think it's satisfying. So while I was rolling up, you know, he has a huge blunt, right? Huge blunt. I'm like, what is this shit? And you know, he passes it to me, and I'm in bed. So you know, I take like maybe 2-3 hits, see how it is. I'm like, wow, this shit's strong. You know. I was addicted. I was asking for more. So like I took another hit, and that shit got me fried as a motherfuckers. That's some real shit. Like I legit started like like I was like freaking out. Like, what the fuck's going on with me? So like, you know, I was kind of like panicking because I don't know what the fuck's happening. You know, first time ever going maybe that far with smoking and shit. I was bleeding out. You know, and I was throwing up crazy too.
On the basketball court?
And then I was walking home at the time, but it was from the basketball court. Yeah, so
Shit.
I was throwing up and shit. I was like, what the fuck, my boy? Like, damn, like this shit is crazy.
My boy.
But like
Damn.
that was one. Second time, my boy, I outsmoked him. I tried to, and I was at my boy's house at the time. I was laying back on the couch and shit, and I was flipping my fucking balls out. Like this shit was crazy. Like I was like, what the fuck? This shit laced? Like that ass. Like I couldn't even like fucking move. I was like I was paralyzed, and I was fucking like asking for help. I was like, what the? Am I dying or some shit like that? And then like the Zod just like hits me so hard. I'm like relaxing, you know, at the same time, trying to think the worst, and like I was just like paranoid, you know, like this shit was crazy. But like ever since then, I maybe took a like week of smoking if I do go overboard on it. But yeah, like those times, you know, I just got a little paranoid and shit, you know. The bad thoughts came to my head. I was like, what the fuck, man? I got like, damn. But ever since then, yeah.
So
That's
what does it
crazy.
mean when Za is laced? Like when you guys say like this shit is laced?
Should I go first? You want to go first?
Loki, I can speak on this. Like when Zaw is laced, like they say, like there's Loki different meanings. Like sometimes they can mean it in like a joking sense, like oh like that's like really bad Zaw, like you don't want to rip that. Like Loki, when you go to like a smoke shop, you get some like Delta 8 like boof ass shit. Like Delta 8 is like
Delta 8.
so basically like there's two different like strains of weed like that you can get. You can get like fucking Delta 9, which is what you get from a dispensary, like that good weed that actually get you high. And then you have like Delta 8, it'll take you like 20 rips to get faded. Like that's how you know. Like there's a differential. So like some motherfuckers don't really understand that shit, but wait, I lost my train of thought. I'm high as fuck. Yo.
Yeah, like, this
Wait,
what
no,
happens.
no.
This is what
No,
happens.
what was the question that you asked me in the first?
No,
No.
the question was like, what does it mean when weed is laced? Like, what does that usually
Oh, yeah,
happen?
yeah,
Like,
anyway.
what could that cause?
So
What
like
could
that
be laced
Delta
with?
8 shit, like that shit is boof.
Uh-huh.
But like in other times, like what they mean is basically like it's been through like the natural growing phase, and then after it's been through the natural growing phase, it gets sprayed with other chemicals and other shit. And sometimes like if they actually lace it, they'll like spray like a little bit of fentanyl in there, and then you're cooked. Cause you need like literally like the smallest amount, like think like the smallest amount you can possibly put like a salt particle on your finger. That's how much fentanyl you need to kill like 2 people. So like
Wow.
That's crazy.
it's fucking
So
crazy.
you're
So
telling me like if you two could just be trying to get weed and then boom, you're dead.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
yeah, if we get it from the wrong person or like if we
But
like
it's
that's
still
why
worth.
that's why people in New York City like they really gotta like be
It's a hit or miss.
So nowadays, right? How easy is it for people to get weed? Like underage, even like people of age. How easy is it to get?
like so in New York specifically it's legalized. So like when you get it and like it even like when you like are underage, it's super easy to get. Like if you have a fake ID that scans, you can go to any dispensary, walk up, show it to the guy. Like they don't even fucking look at it. They just scan that shit. And if that shit scans, you're good. You run in there.
How do kids get fake IDs?
Like that's like a really like that might
That's,
even
I
need to
think
be a
that's,
different
yeah,
episode.
that's an extensive
Like
process.
like it's a really extensive process. Like I low key just go through this one guy that I know, and like it's low key really reliable. But when I go in, like I just hop in there, like act like I've been there for like every single day of the week. Like don't be nervous, you know what I'm saying? And like it low key does like give you a good adrenaline rush being in there because like when you're underage, like you're doing shit you're not supposed to be doing. Like it low key does give you that little bit of rush like when you hop in the dispensary. And then also like I got plugs and shit, but what's important about the plugs, you gotta make sure they're reliable, you know, cause like we were just talking about
yeah,
like
lace,
The
right?
fent, the fent, bro.
lay shit in the fent, bro. Like you cannot be having that. So like you gotta really make sure your plug is like really like
Locked in.
reliable and locked in with like the right people. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how you get most of your Zali.
Yeah, most of my
Yeah,
most of my
dispensary
size like
and, like,
plug and
storage.
shit, you know, like,
Uh-huh.
and then like I know a bunch of people like grow it and shit like that. So, but
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, it can be anybody. Like, your siblings may know someone, your boy, anybody. You know, like, it's just like, a certain age, it's really like, at a certain age, it's like really known, especially in high school. Like, everyone does that shit. Everyone. So, like, it's not like you cannot get it. You can, like, literally, it's really easy. The way I get my shit, I go to dispensaries, I have plugs, social media, like, anybody sells everything there. And, like, personally, I've been doing my own thing, like, dispensary and growing my own shit, and I resell it.
So you're like a garden in your house, or you're like
Yeah.
a warehouse or something. How does that work?
Basically, I was like 12, and my friend gave me these seeds, right? And these are weed seeds. I just started growing in my backyard ever since then. And
I'm geeked off the yard right now. I gotta announce that shit.
ever since then, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I've been growing in my backyard, just trapping out there, just selling it to the my neighbors, my boys, anybody.
Do you consider yourself like a drug dealer?
I mean, to an extent, yeah.
How much? How profitable is that? Like,
Yeah.
how much money do you make it?
Like an eighth, give it to someone like 30, an
It's
ounce.
an eighth, and like in terms of like weight
An
wise.
eighth of a pound, eighth of an ounce. Like,
Oh,
what
an
is
ounce,
that?
an ounce. On a good day, being like 400.
Damn.
Damn.
And it's all like just like, oh, someone hits me up, just go meet them up real quick. Like, how high would you go?
I would tell them like a place, that I feel comfortable with, because like, I'm not gonna go to someone no. If I'm just texting off the snap or whatever, So like, it'd be a little meetup location, really disclosed, and it's a weird exchange.
Do you think like the media and like you see it on like TikTok and Instagram? Like, do you think weed is considered cool now? Like the way that people look at it.
That's a good question. I mean, like at school, I can say like it's definitely like a mixed reaction. Like there's definitely a ton of people that want to stay away from that shit, and like definitely don't want anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even want to try to like get into drugs and all that. But like the crazy thing is that people don't realize is that weed is like a very entry level drug that puts you into a bunch of different levels. And so like if you can't be like careful with it, then like you're definitely gonna like end up like going down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? What about you? What do you think?
I think weed is cool to an extent. If you abuse it, it's not cool. But if you're with your boys, having a good time, then yeah, it's cool. But if you're like a drug addict, that's not cool. Take care of yourself. Every once in a while, you should have fun, obviously, but like, don't be a drug dealer. Don't do like dumb stuff to yourself. That's not cool.
Aren't you?
Wait, but aren't you a drug dealer though?
Yeah, I am. The thing
Hey,
is, like,
I ain't gonna lie. I dealt weed before too. Like it's
I'm
like
telling the audience though. Like, don't do what I
Alright,
do.
so basically,
like listen.
what y'all are saying.
I can't even lie. Hold up, wait. Let me go into some deep shit. Like I can't even lie. I had to sell weed before to get myself weed. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to sell weed that I had
I respect
in
that.
order to sell weed to like get more weed for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
there's been
So,
times
how
where
do
I've
you do
been
that?
so down bad. Like there's been times where I've been so down bad where I'm like I don't got no bread. Like my car's about to die. Like low key, I just go to the bathroom. I just go like yo to this little freshman. Like yo, like let me sell you this car real quick. He's like word, bro. Here's 30 beans. Like that 30 beans goes a long way. Like that 30 beans buys me this muha. Like this 2 gram muha will get me faded for like 2 weeks, bro. Like this shit. Like that's a good fucking investment. Like low key, what people don't understand is like weed dealers are low key just under the radar businessmen. Like they low key have a whole fucking web of like fucking connections and shit. Like I just realized this shit. Like I started playing this new fucking video game like Schedule One. Like that shit is low key like showing me that like when you fucking build up your fucking connections, brother, you can turn that shit into a fucking empire. But like that's low key scary as fuck because like could get caught by like the police and shit. Like
Oh.
fuck the police, bro.
I'll add
Like,
on.
I've had a couple of run-ins with the cops like when I was trying to buy Zal. Like
Oh, really?
this shit is not valid.
Shit.
Yeah.
I think weed's also cool because you can like smoke with a girl, a nice time, and yeah, man, like I said before, it's not cool to be a fucking drug addict, That's the bad part.
Do you think weed has gone you bitches?
Like a lot of females they do smoke weed. I think it's a nice plus, just smoke with them, pitching I'm a drug dealer, so I can give them good shit, get a good time, and yeah, man, I think weed helps a lot.
I agree. I got a lot of bitches because I smoke weed.
A lot of times also, like they like the smell of it too. It's a nice little scent to you.
Hmm
What you?
I like the scent. Some people don't like the scent. Like sometimes it's like it's low key annoying though. Like I've been in the car smoking weed, like and then my parents been on my dick and shit. Cause like car smells like weed, you know what I'm saying? So
That shit's gay, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like they fucking hate when the car smells like weed. So obviously that's a fucking down. Like I would like fucking love it if I could just have my own car like right now and just like have one where I could just like box that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like it would be so bad. Like I personally don't give a fuck about the smell of weed. But like low key for females, like it does turn them off at times. Like sometimes like if you smoke a J and then you go like try to make out with like a bitch, like that's crazy work. Like you gotta be like you gotta like brush your teeth and all that shit. Like cause it's that shit stays in your mouth.
I want to say like when you're high and you're fucking someone, like you can't like it's
How
hard.
often do you be doing that, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, it makes you last. It's a cheat code for lasting
Yeah,
longer.
like that. It's like a honey pack, but like
Bro, it's
much
better than a
like,
honey
it's
pack,
better than
bro.
honey pack. You're right. Yeah,
Do
Most
you do
of
it
the time.
more often faded or more often like locked? Like no.
more often faded.
That's crazy.
Not
That's
like
crazy. I can't even lie. Me too. Like I can't even lie. I'm also low key fade all the time when I fuck. But like it's a good feeling. It's a better honey pack.
you know
Like
he's right.
it's a better honey pack. Like low key, it makes you last longer. Like that shit's a cheat code for real. Like what you think? You think that shit's a cheat code?
I think it's a cheat code. You make you last longer and shit. You know the female likes it. You know it's great. You know with both people.
Yo, the bitch love.
Do you have a story of a time you were on it, and like you know you just lasted so long and shit?
Damn.
Don't get too freaky right now.
Yo, we getting freaky right now.
Chill.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Look, listen. I'm about to talk about like some car shit right now, but like if you run up like a car, like you just gonna get faded. Like right now, I'm faded right now. Like I'm faded right now.
Like half faded.
Like listen, like, I'm really faded right now.
Yo, chat. I don't know what we've created here. All right.
All right, what's the next question?
Yo, how
I'm
much-
down to talk
I-
about
I-
some
I
shit
got
right
it,
now.
I got it. All right, listen. Let's say driving, right? You know, it's like a big debate whether driving with marijuana is like driving with alcohol.
possible,
Is,
yeah.
is it the same? Is it different?
Listen.
How was your experience driving on Zach?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Locked
I'm locked in.
I'm
You
just
can whip
saying.
anywhere off Zaw.
It's basically yeah. I
Do you
do so
think it
much.
has any effect?
You're just energized as fuck.
Do you think it's like a even positive effect?
It's a
I think it's a better
I
effect.
think it's a
I think it makes
What
you
about
drive
the thing
better.
about like your reaction time? Like,
It's even better.
Makes you drive better.
Yeah.
oh shit, it gives you high
Do
reaction.
you think
Yeah.
all that is like a myth?
Nah, it's a myth. Like listen, like the fact that it's even a DUI is like a fucking like bullshit.
Yeah, it's,
Like DUIs for fucking like listen. When you're on ZA, you get so locked in. Like when you lock in on Instagram Reels, like that's because you get locked the
Yeah.
fuck in. And then when you're locked in on driving, then you're fucking locked in on driving. Like all right, this is where I'm fucking going. Like I'm not getting pulled over. Like I'm going. This is my speed limit. You know, you locked in, bro. When you're on like fucking, when you're like dead ass like drinking and shit. Like when you're like drinking and driving, like. That shit is crazy. Like you feel like you're on top of the fucking world. Like you can go 2,000 miles an hour, bro. And that's how you get fucked.
Bro, a lot of people died of that.
A lot of people die in that
Do
shit.
not
You know,
drink
like-
while
But look,
driving.
you know,
look,
like,
you should look up.
drive.
You should look up how many
You're-
people die from DUIs that
You're,
are high, bro. They just get pulled over because they're going too slow, bro.
your self awareness when you're high is really good.
Yeah.
You know, like all everything. I can see everything basically when I'm driving and shit. You know, like. And like I'm very cautious, I would say, you know, when I'm driving too, because it's like all in your head, you know, like the worst scenarios. That's why you don't like, you know, listen to yourself when you're driving and stuff.
Do y'all prefer like talking about? Do y'all prefer alk?
Nah.
You know, like Za is obviously like a different effect than Alk. You know, it makes you more like alert, more energized, whatever. Alk is more like, you know, makes you like on top of the world. But I mean, personally, I like Alk. I like Za too. I'm more of an Alk person, I would say, for myself.
You like to mix them together?
Yeah, no, so not often, cause like the side effects on both, you know, can fuck you up over time and shit. That I want to stick to one thing mostly if I had to. I like Alk though myself. What about you, Cock? What do you think?
Low key, like, I honestly like getting crossed. Like, that shit's a good feeling. But low key, there could be some bad experiences that come from it. I know a bunch of people that have gotten crossed and they did not have a good night, and they definitely needed to have some attention, have them, you know, have some attention paid to them.
You have any stories? You have any stories?
Let's hear like a real personal
Anecdote.
Like a little story. All right,
story.
bet,
Eyewitness statement.
like you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like weed is definitely really bad. Like for people that like are normal kids. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have no problem sleeping, like if you don't have no like problems with anything, like don't be smoking weed. Like it really does like mess with you. You know what I'm saying? And like I definitely feel an effect like on like my like attitude and low key on my like tiredness and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like your health? Would you say your health is affected?
Like low key, like when you take bops, like the grossest shit is like coughing up like the fucking brown, like fucking goo. Like that shit's disgusting. And like low key, sometimes you gotta deal with it. Like sometimes like I was at such a deep like low key time in my life where like I was low key, I was begging for that shit to go to sleep because like I needed it to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, you know, like they make fun like on like TikTok about like ripping like absolute like metal or like fucking like Wi-Fi or bullshit like that from the cart, but like I low key been doing that like just to get high.
Smoke Wi-Fi.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like basically,
Explain, like how does that?
so
What is
when the
that?
card gets like really low and it's like done, it's out. It starts tasting hella metal. You know what I'm saying? And like when it tastes hella metal, it does not taste good, bro. It tastes like campfire, bro. That shit tastes disgusting. And you do not want to rip that, but that shit will get you high. That shit will get you faded. So you rip it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like I always do that shit, you know, to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So
What,
yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever done for Za? The worst thing you've ever done for Za?
Like low key, like my parents gave me like give me a little money every week and like low key one week all that shit just went straight to Za. You know what I'm saying? Like no food, no nothing, just went right to Za. And like I felt really bad, you know, because like you know I obviously they don't know that, you know, they just think like oh I like having my money in cash. I tell them, you know what I'm saying, but in reality I take it all out and I go to the dispensary and I spend all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, low key, that's some of the worst shit I ever done. But I only ever done that like once or twice. You know what I'm saying? Like I always feel really bad. You know?
Worst thing ever done for Za? Shit. I stole my dad's credit card one day.
Damn.
I went to the smoke shop. I bought like maybe 4 pre-rolls, two
How much?
carts,
How much that cost? Oh shit!
much was that
He's
total?
still going on that list. Let him keep going.
More?
uh, papers,
Mm.
and then like an ashtray.
Damn.
How much was that total? Do you know? Like
100 beans at least.
I mean, like 150.
Damn.
150.
150.
Yeah, I mean, another thing too, like at school one day, I was in the gym and I was going through people's bags, and you know I stole someone's credit card.
Damn.
Shit.
Basically, I went to a smoke shop, and I went to a smoke shop, fucking went on that shit. And it's like got mad shit, like it's like pre-rolls, like ounces, you name it. And then you know, like I had a ski mask on because it's fraud, obviously, right? So the next day, I go in the smoke shop. They know like I do credit card fraud now and shit. I couldn't go back there. So now ever since then, I'm going to a new smoke shop now. And yeah,
That's crazy.
Are you like banned from there? Do they like know?
No, they don't know it's him.
no, I'm not banned. It's just that like I have to pay in cash now.
Like, damn,
I can't, use credit cards or anything like that. I have to pay in cash.
all off the books.
Yeah.
So now you run like strictly off plugs and shit?
Obviously, it's just one smoke shop. They don't gotta know.
Yeah, no, it's just one store. He said.
Yeah, it's one store, one store.
And he grows his own shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Me personally, like I'm not hungry for weed. Like I can get it whenever I fucking want. It's not like I'm desperate.
That shit's
I'll just go in my backyard, pick it, mix it, and like smoke it from there. But like I don't really go to dispensaries no more like that. I'll make my own shit. I'll sell it. But besides that, yeah.
How much bread do you think you've dropped on Zala like both you in your whole run of like smoking?
Whole run, 300.
Total only $300?
Yeah.
Nah.
Total? No way. Like including your dad's credit card, that's like 150 right there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like 300.
100x that plus.
I mean, at the end of the day, I
3,000
stopped.
plus probably.
I don't buy like that anymore. That's the thing. Like a home grow. I'm like
Are you
300.
saying like 300
Lifetime?
like total loss? Or are you saying it's 300 only because you also made money, so you're kind of canceling some shit out?
Not only that, yeah. So yeah, yes you did. That one.
But honestly, like probably like 2,000. Like now I'm thinking about that. Like yeah, like 2,000. Like 2,000 plus maybe low key. Cause like the dispensary shit hella expensive, and I spent like $100 there a couple of times.
The expensive ones. Sprayza? No.
What is that?
Sprayza is like they put.
No, we already explained that.
Oh, you did,
guys
right?
heard? It's that shit with that fent, and sometimes they got that fent.
It's the fent thing, but like they put like natural like some like spray, and, like it smells like like for example Oreos, right? It would smell like Oreos, but it's weed. That's like sprayed. It's fake chemicals in the weed. That thing goes for a lot. People love that shit. They don't sell it at dispensaries though because it's illegal here. You gotta go to like actual plugs for that, like in the Bronx, like like in the city to get that. It's exclusive stuff, but those are expensive ones that you want to buy.
Yeah, I bet. You think y'all would ever quit? Like let's say like 20 years from now, bro. Y'all are like unks.
Yeah,
Y'all would
I
quit
think
too.
so.
Yeah,
You
probably.
know, like, do you like around how many years do you think? You also keep doing it in college and shit. And, like,
Probably.
Yeah, college,
Probably,
college, and probably, you know,
Meeting new people.
until the doctor says I got some fucking lung cancer or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
How? Yeah, especially that.
So you would wait to that point to even think about stopping?
Like, nah, like I don't even know. Like if it really does get to that point where like you know I'm having trouble breathing, like I'm not as athletic as I am right now, you know, then I definitely need to make some life changes. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely don't want it to take over my life. So yeah, obviously, I mean, I wouldn't want it to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm just saying that because you know, I mean,
I don't
obviously,
plan,
I don't want it to get to that point. You
I
know
don't plan on quitting after college. Maybe like when I have like a wife and kids. Yeah, because I don't want them to like see what I'm doing and like then
You wouldn't pass that shit on to your kids.
No. You know.
Have you ever been like arrested or like close to being like been caught with that shit? Like,
I arrested a few
punished
times.
for weed.
No.
Like have you ever like been close to, for weed specifically?
Oh,
Have you been
oh.
close to like being caught with that shit and like arrested?
I got searched.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't arrest me. They just gave me a warning because at the time I was a minor.
Like what happened?
So I had a fanny pack and I was on the street and the police officer saw me doing an exchange. Yeah. So he stopped me and asked what's in the fanny pack. You know, at that time I didn't do anything stupid. You know, it's a police officer. So like, he confiscated all that shit. You know, he gave me a warning. You know, it was whatever. And then after that, I still kept doing it though. You know, but that's the closest thing I've ever done with weed that I got arrested for.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I
Have you
feel
been like arrested or punished? Have you been caught?
Nah, I've been caught by like my parents and shit. My parents like found like weed in my room and shit, but like I never been caught by like the police or shit. Yeah, I don't even really worry about them because like I don't really like the means of which I go and like do them. Like I always get that shit delivered to me, and I just do that shit on like a local block. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they never patrol my area.
What do your parents think about it?
They do not fuck with it. Like
Oh.
they really fucking hate it. Like every single time they catch me, they're just like hella disappointed. You know what I'm saying? And like I really do want to stop for them, but like the point is like I really can't. Like at this point, I'm self medicating myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's medication for me. You know, like it's basically like a medication that I take every day. You know, so it's like a pill that everyone takes in the morning. Like I have to have this out every day. Yeah.
What do you think about people who like judge people who smoke weed? Like let's say, like the people that think it's like whack and like will judge you for smoking weed.
Honestly, I don't judge them. I don't judge them for judging me. I mean, I'm a big believer in you can't yuck somebody else's yum. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody else likes something and you don't like it, like that's cool. But like you don't have to like come at them for it, you know? Because like obviously everyone's gonna like different shit. Like people are in different like political parties for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So like
Honestly.
people aren't gonna like Zah, you know? And it's a normal thing. But like I think that even though it's got a bunch of negative views, there's a bunch of positive views for it too. Like my aunt personally, like my aunt uses marijuana because she's got like a lot of pain and shit, and like also she like needs to go to sleep. So like she like takes like marijuana drops on like her tongue and shit, like prescribed to her like medically. So like that's just got a lot of good uses. So
I'm not gonna lie. Fuck what they say. Do what makes you happy. You know? They all have their own bullshit. You know? You don't gotta worry about anything everybody thinks about you. You know? If that makes you happy, then do it. You know, they're just mad at you for some reason. They want to be jealous, who knows? But don't get too so caught up in like what they think about you and shit. You know? Like for me, that makes me happy. I'm gonna do it. If they don't like it, fuck them. Respectfully though. That's it.
yeah.
That's really real.
So you guys like smoke Zion like school? Did you guys ever smoke weed when you were in school? Like how did that work?
There's like a main spot in the bathroom.
Talk about this main spot. What was it called?
It's called
Yeah,
the bath.
we went to the same school.
Yeah,
Like,
we
we
go
can
to the
reveal
same
this
school.
now. Like we know each
Yeah.
other. And
You wanna talk about it?
yeah, I'll talk about it. I mean, I was low key. I was cultured in this shit from like the beginning. So, you know, I might as well delve into the whole story right now. So like coming out of 8th grade, a couple of my friends like had introduced me to vaping, and one of my friends got like really into it and shit, and he bought like his first cart, and like it was a pretty crazy experience. And then I had like stayed away from it until like 8th grade.
At this time?
This was crazy. This was during COVID. So I was in 7th grade, and it was like 7th grade going into 8th grade. It's pretty crazy.
You
So
were like 12, 13.
yeah, I was pretty young, and then I like stayed away from that shit until I got to 8th grade summer going into 9th grade. I was working my job, and I was with a bunch of older kids, and they introduced me to this, and I used to rip nicotine on the back of the bus with like all the kids. I was at a summer camp, and yeah, I mean, ever since then, if they had never introduced me to Nick, I would never be in the place that I'm in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so from that point on, I was always that little kid in the bathroom with some Nick on them, and then I got introduced to kind of the bathroom squad. It's called like Mad Bath. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the little spot in our school that we rip like most of our shit. Um, and I was kind of like in there since like freshman year. Kind of chilling with everybody, and that's kind of where we rip all of our shit in the school. But I've definitely had some bad experiences in there. Like definitely I've been tweaking out in there after taking some pretty big rips of some stuff that I did not know where it was from. So yeah, it's definitely some bittersweet stuff there.
In that bathroom, you find all the addicts there. So you're not alone, you know? Like, literally, you would have kids having muhas. It's like this shirt here, like the cart, you know? It's like passing on to everyone, you know?
Mhm.
Everyone gets fried in that bathroom because the roof is so high, the ceiling. And then, it's like, it's a great spot to meet up spot, That's it.
You guys like conduct deals in school? Did you ever
Yeah,
like
it's a
sell your
nice little
stuff?
spot also to like, do like a little business. But besides that, like,
Mhm.
everyone goes in there.
Would teachers never come in?
Nah, teachers come in there sometimes.
Yeah.
It's always pretty funny when teachers come in because you just like everyone kind of goes into like panic mode for a second and then they lock the fuck in and get into a stall, pretend that they're taking a fucking piss and get out of the bathroom as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? It's like an evacuate. It's like a fire drill, but for the fucking bathroom, whenever the teacher comes in, you just gotta get the fuck out.
Do you guys think you guys built like a community based off the Zon shit around the people you know? 'Cause you guys
Yeah.
are passing it around and stuff.
Yeah, I think like people, if someone wants something, they know who to call or text. It's like they know who I am now. I can help you. They know where to find me. They know I deal. So people come to me and I supply them. And I put them onto like my friends too, who also do the same thing I do. So for him, I'm sure he does the same thing as me. I don't know, but like his friends may ask him, he may contact me, like that. So
So y'all think it affects like how you did in school or anything or not? You think it helped or made it worse?
to an extent,
Made my shit worse for real.
I think
Definitely made my shit worse.
to an extent, I was never the best student anyways, but like if I wanted to lock in, I'd hit a little Benjamin, get a little focused.
How often throughout the school day would you guys hit
Not much.
go to the math bath?
For me, like 2 times maybe.
2 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go. Almost every period.
Damn.
Almost every period I would
Shit,
go, but
man.
I wouldn't be ripping card every period. Just ripping
just
Schnee.
rules.
Like Schnee is a every 30 minutes
What,
I think.
what
So
is Schnee?
so Schnee basically originated from this kid going into the math bath, and he was feeding for nicotine, and so he just started making random noises. He just goes Schnee, Schnee, and then it fucking stuck. So now this shit's called Schnee. Everybody calls this shit Schnee, so that's how I refer to it now. So anyway, wait, where the fuck was I? What was I talking about? I'm
You were
here.
talking about how often you go inside the math lab.
Oh yeah. So like low key, like Schnee, I need that shit every 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, I need that shit in the middle of every period. Like I get up, go to the bathroom. Like all my teachers, like, oh, like why does he go to the bathroom so much? Like my parents they get like go to the fucking like parent teacher shit, and they're like, oh, he goes to the bathroom a lot, and yeah, to pee. Like it just lines up with my schedule going to bathroom in that class. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's low key. It's definitely a struggle, and it's always kind of an adrenaline rush going to rip Nick in the bathroom because you never know when you're gonna have to like run out of there and like hide from the teacher and shit. It's fun breaking the rules.
No, I feel you. I feel you. For me, it's like it never affects me in school that much, but like I would also go to the bathroom for OD long and shit, and like I would come back sometimes smelling like that shit, but like I wouldn't make like an everyday thing though. So yeah,
What's your favorite part of like smoking Zon? Like what's your favorite part? Like the favorite feeling or shit that
Effect.
happens to you?
yeah, the effect. I feel so energized. I feel happy. I feel like awakened and shit. So like that there, and then like just like the feeling of it too. How like you're just so like talkative. You can go on a rant about anything, and then like, yeah, it just makes you relaxed.
Yeah. Oh wait, what was the question?
Like what's your favorite part? Like these like what? It's like munchies.
Oh nah, low key. Like my favorite part is like after you take the rips, like when you're fucking dying and you need like that like when you're fucking dying, like you're like gasping for that air. Like that's my favorite part because that's when you feel the highest. Like that's when that shit hits you. You know what I'm saying? That's when I fuck with it. That's my favorite part. Yeah.
Lucas, you have a question?
Do you think that like the U.S. should legalize weed for people that are like 18 years old?
Yeah.
Like, even though that like you know the facts, but like, you know that also helps you to like lock in for stuff, as you said. Do you think that it should
Like
be
low
legalized
key,
for
like
people 18?
listen. Like it's different for everybody. But like I feel like DUIs, like for weed, like obviously if you're a police officer, like and somebody's like driving like while they got weed on them, like and like driving like while they're high, like they ain't gonna fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like obviously like because I smoke weed, I'm gonna want that shit legalized. Like yeah, fuck yeah, legalize that shit. Like I think it's fucking fire, but honestly, like I don't think like it should be legal. That shit is a bad thing. I'm not endorsing it.
Yeah, I think weed should not be legal in general. To be honest, I disagree.
Really? Why is that?
Yeah. So like, there's been a lot of studies showing like the abuse that comes from it and the effect it has on your sleep, on your mental focus. Like
Yeah.
even right now, like you be forgetting mad shit. Like
Nah, you're right.
it kind of just
Right,
gives me an
this is
example.
where you're getting a live reenactment
Like
of like
the viewers could kind of see the
yeah,
effect it has.
yeah. I'm looking in and out. Like I'm looking like I'm trying to keep myself awake. Like I mean I've been traveling today, but like low key like even though I've been traveling, like it's dead ass like
Keeping you down.
it's dead ass. It's making me go to sleep. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
You guys think it damages your brain? Like, let's say if you're underdeveloped, you should not, and then like maybe if you're a grown or like adult, then maybe you could smoke weed.
It affects the way you think. It affects the way that it affects your priorities. You know what I'm saying? Because in most times, like when you're addicted to this shit, like your priority is weed. Your priority is not like food or any of that other shit. Like you don't give a fuck about like eating. You just give a fuck about like getting high and like getting high. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're fucked. Like that's when you know you're like I gotta cut down. Like I gotta take a break. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like you said, like me personally, I would want it to be legal, but like everyone else, I don't know too much about. So like it's like, like it's a hit or miss. People do, people don't.
So, would you guys want to share your first experience with weed? Like,
Yeah.
first time trying Za?
First time trying to where was that? Let me think. I was in middle school and I was outside the park, and I see my friends just like smoking. I thought it was cigarettes at first, but they were like, "No, it's weed." I was like, "Oh, really?" I never tried it before my whole life, and I like saw my friends like always high and shit like that. I see like their feelings.
Middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
How old? Like,
I think like 13. I took like maybe 2 rips, and they were big rips. I started coughing crazy. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't breathe a little bit. And afterwards, I had like this whole rush of energy, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like my whole body was like shaking, kinda. I had so much adrenaline. And then like I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with me?" I was asking my friends so many questions like, "Is it like, am I okay? Like, how long does it last for?" Because like I wasn't used to this.
Yeah.
So ever since then, um, yeah, I mean like kind of getting the same feeling, but right now, currently, like I'm used to it. So like I know when it hits me, it does hit me. So I know when to stop and not stop. But now it's just like the effects. It's like it's like not so much there right now, but you still feel it though. It's definitely different than back then than now, but not so much.
Yeah, so like my first time, I was in my friend's attic and he had this like cake bar thing, and
what?
it's like a pretty boof cart, I would say.
What's a boof cart?
It's like a bad cart. It's not like Delta 8, but it gets you hella faded, but like it's definitely not a reliable cart. Like it's been known to like have a bunch of like pesticides in it and shit. Like it's bad. And so anyway, I took a rip of that shit and my life was honestly changed. Like that shit sent me to the moon if I ain't gonna lie to you. Like and like from then on, like I love the fucking feeling. Like that shit was insane. Now, bro, honestly, like it does not feel the same at all. Like if I could go back and like feel the same way that I felt when I first smoked Zod, like I would fucking love to do that. Like it feels so good. Like I remember the first time I did it, like that shit felt amazing. Like it was like it's low key like when you first make out with a girl. Like honestly, like that shit, it felt exactly the same. Like I can't even lie, maybe even better. Like and like those videos where it's like a scrolling like list of like the like things that give the most dopamine, bro. I'm like, bro, honestly, I don't give a fuck about that list, bro. fucking smoking that is all the way at the top of like that dopamine shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a crazy
Would you
experience.
say like you ruined your life? You think it like fucked it up?
Yeah, yeah, I'd say it's taken over some parts of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some aspects of life that I can't do without. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I'm nervous, I'm just like, oh, word, I'll just take some carbs. You know, it's an easy way out, but like, it definitely has fucked my life up. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a bunch of relationships that like could be better if weed wasn't a part of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking about that, would you guys, if you guys could go back and tell yourself never smoke off and never do it in the first place, would you do that?
It's not bad to like try something new, but at the same time though, like I wouldn't want to have like the same mentality, always smoking like on the weekends, always smoking with my friends. That's gonna fuck me up on the long term. So like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I probably would not tell myself to say no. No, if I had to.
So you still would have done it if you would go back in time. You would still do it.
would have,
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, low key, I would have told myself not to if I ain't gonna lie. Like, I low key would tell anybody not to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Put you down a bad little spiral.
So like, would you recommend like new people watching this not to try Zol? You would like not to try Zol or try Zol?
I mean, like,
I would say try it and
Yeah.
see it and see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Exactly.
different for everybody. You gotta try it at least once. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to use it recreationally after that, then like that's a good thing. Like then it's like okay,
there's a lot of
like,
ways you can use za.
Yeah.
Like medical. You can eat za. Like, you can like edibles and shit like that.
yeah, edibles and shit.
And then like like for sleep, a bunch of shit. I don't think you should get addicted to it, but you should obviously try for the first time, like you said, see how it goes and stuff like that. If it goes bad, then it goes bad. But at the end of the day, like, try it. It won't kill you. Just don't green out though. Know your limit.
How do you feel about the quote from Andrew Tate? Right. I don't know if I'm saying it exactly word for word, but he says like, if you try a drug and you like it, that's bad. If you try a drug and you don't like it, that's also bad. So why would you try a drug? How y'all respond to that?
So honestly, bro, fuck him.
Like for real, bro. Like what
you
is
can suck
bro?
my
What is
dick.
real talk
Like
that?
that ass. Like respectfully, like that makes no sense. Like
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna try to break it down, because I've heard this. Like I actually agree with it personally, so I'll try to like. So he's saying that if you try a drug, right, you have a great experience, you're gonna keep wanting to do it. It's gonna fuck up your life.
But like
Right.
he doesn't know the person in the drug though. You know what I mean? Like there's certain stopping points certain people have with doing weed. Like me personally, I know my stopping point. I can tell myself no, I'm done. Like with drinking, anything. So me personally, like I think I know my limits. Everyone else, I don't know, obviously. But like going back to what you said, like you're not gonna get addicted off of one, simple thing. Yeah, it may feel great. I think addiction is gonna come like naturally over time. Not just off of the one experience you had.
All right. So in conclusion, after talking about it and already answering it, do you guys think weed is being normalized?
Yeah.
One word. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Jason thought daughter.
Thought daughter.
Daughter.
Shit, thought down for both of them.
Alright, guys. This was Chris.
Otavio,
I
welcome
believe
for
in
joining
that.
us.
Episode 4.